Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, I think we're at the point where this is probably actually really started. I am getting ready to go in. Um, as a heads up, this is probably going to be a shorter play today. I got an appointment in about 35 minutes that I've got an alarm set for, so um, we're going to play up to that point, and then we will pause at that point, and or not pause. We will stop the game at that point, and wherever we are is wherever we are on it. And I expect that we will probably be very close to done with phase 4 once we're done with all of this. So let's see how far we get. Now, I almost got on earlier because, I realized I probably could have done some exploring around the area. And in fact, after this session, I may come back in and do a little exploring because really, I'm very serious about the idea that these planets have interesting places to visit. Although I griped all day yesterday about the monolith when I really shouldn't have. Because I usually really love discovering them, but I was just so annoyed at the fact that it was on the side of a mountain. But, these mountainy planets are, very interesting. They have a lot of depth to them. Sorry, that was a terrible joke. But I've been waiting to use that one all day. But, but they're just like the other planets, and there's something cool to discover as you wander around. And being an infested planet, that makes it also very different from the other planets that are around because they've got those barrows to discover and the worms to shoot. And those ropey tendrils, one of the things that they're having us learn in this expedition, of course, is that you can use them in recipes, but also you can use them to get nanites or sell them. So they're worth the aggravation of going after these worms and and yeah, it's really kind of a legal way to make your nanites and whatever you want to call that there. Um, yeah, I guess what we could do is once we get the recipe done, because I'm gonna try and do it right this time and just do 3 like it says, and I should have enough rope to show you when I'm talking about how much they're worth. Okay, so here we are on the planet, and we have a designated site. So what we're gonna do is look for that site, and also we're gonna take a moment to call our nomad to us because we have the nomad here on the planet. It's 600 and something units away. It's not that far, but we're on the mountain, so I'm just kind of like. You see the little hint there. And before I go too far, let me take a moment. Oops. Check our starship. It's 77%. We're all right for something like this. There's animals just kind of driving by here. Oh, it's all the way down. Can you see that little line there? Oh, I can see the building even. There's the building down there. Yeah, that's a nice flat area. There should be plenty of room. Yeah. And that is something I like to do when I'm at these abandoned buildings. Alright, and we made it down that steep hill with hardly a bump. Alright, come over here. Take a moment to check out our goods here. Oh look, there's a little white box here. If we have to get hit by the monstrosities, we can have a place to come and heal up a bit. Usually you'll find 1 or 2 of these health boxes around. If not the white ones, like the red ones would be inside the building. So they are aware it can be dangerous to do some of this stuff. We've got some salvage data here if we want to try and claim it. In fact, let's see if it's close enough to the ground to do it. Nope, I'm going to have to dig for it if I want it, but I'm not going to do that yet. Let's take a look. Let me make sure I've got the target. I mean, we are definitely here, so... says locate whispering eggs using the analysis visor. Okay, there we go. We have found the whispering egg. I'm going to walk around a little bit because what I really want is the entryway. So... I'm probably going to shoot the eggs in this middle part here because I can stand on that at the top there. I could fly up there after I shoot them, yep. And then I think I'm going to save at least these two areas here if I can, if I don't have to do too many. I'm forgetting the larval eggs. When I am going to just shoot the number of monstrosities that they want me to shoot first, and then I will get the larval eggs after. And just to show how to do it. Alright, so let's call the ship over. I just like to have it close by, like so. That way, if things get a little too hectic, I can get to the ship, but also it helps me remember where the entryway is. Because there's usually only one entryway. Sometimes there's two entryways in these buildings, but not always. Alright, so here we are. Now, when it's just me and nobody else, sometimes I like to play around with the plasma cannon and on these things. But in this case, I have, I'm going to press B here, the paralysis mortar, and that is an awesome deal. It's operated using the bumper button, I think. No, using the two top buttons on the Xbox controller. Alright, so let's take a moment. Here they come, and I'm going to shoot the paralysis mortar. And when it does, and you'll notice that it freezes all of them. And makes it so they can't move around. Now, I should have been closer, but I hadn't switched over to my weapon, so my bad. I'm a little bit terrible at this. There we go, gotcha. Alright, now they have run around. Unfortunately, we only need 10. And they can run around all they want. Really. I have 8. Go ahead and bring this up. Yes. Alright, I'm going to let them kind of dissolve because they're not chasing around on me now. And, Alright, we got him. That was it. Now we're going to wait. It's going to tell me that the signal has been detected. Come over here. And it's going to say, hey, go check out your next commands here. So we will. Now I see that little exclamation point up there, which means it's probably going to whack me a little. Yep, there it got me, because when they're right at the entryway, you can't really avoid them. Yeah, that's why I have all those shields. There you go. And my shields are fine. You see I got all the pluses, the white pluses, so I really don't need to do the health, but I'll show you what happens if I do. There you go. It says health at maximum. And what that would normally do is add in the, if the plus sign was black, it would turn it white. Alright, let's see what they're telling me here. We're gonna get rid of the goop. Alright, Utopia protocol initiated. I'm not gonna read everything here, but I'll leave it on for a little bit. Acceptable. Let's restore the power. Yes, let's do that. Let's work in, and then it says, nope, not worked. Alright. So there's, thank you, settler. Awesome. Oh, but there's more to do. Let's see what that says. It says, it's I think, talking about a previous thing that happened. And it says 97% complete. Oh. And according to this, it says we may have accessed something that was off limits. Oh dear. And they're saying, oops. And that's probably how they encountered those little monsters there, is that we dug too deep. So, yes, trace signal echo. Alright, we'll do that. Now, if you're following the expedition, doing the task one by one, this is the part where you end up going back to the space station. Alright. What we're going to do, though, before we go back to the space station, is we're going to take a moment, and we are actually going to come over here to an acquired taste. And it says why you must have 3 larval eggs. Well, there's a really easy way to do this that doesn't involve getting chased around, and that easy way involves having your base computer. Now, I know it is expensive. 200 and 500 pure ferrite is expensive, but you've seen we've gotten plenty of stuff to work with, so might as well put one down. Yeah, we're not going to keep this base. This is very specifically just to make this setup so that it's easy larval egg gathering, no drama. So I'm going to claim the base. Alright, so then I'm going to come over here, and we need 3 eggs, it said, and there should be 3 and then 4 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go in. I have plenty of carbon, and I am, oh, no, wrong, try that again. I'm going to take this timber wall, and we're going to do some building. And what you do is you line it up with the eggs. It's a little harder for me to see with this helmet in the way, so I'm going to change my view real quick. It's just easier for me to build. I do most of my building with a different camera view, so much better. All right, and then I'll put it back. All right, so you want to get it as close to the eggs, but not necessarily so close as possible. And what you're going to do is you're going to box this in so that all you have to deal with are the getting the eggs. Because what'll happen is that if you get above them and in them, like so, above and in, all right. You're going to be able to shoot these, and then the swarm will be outside the walls. So if you're not into dealing with the swarm, that's how you deal with it. Alright, so I'm going to change the view again, because I think I could do this with this view. Oh, interesting. There we are. Alright, so you can use your mining beam, your terrain, bolt caster, your pulse splitter, whatever, for this. And just press X as soon as you see the larval egg. You'll notice that all the monstrosities have moved out, so you can just move on to your next egg. There we go. 1, 2. Oh, that one. It does seem like the fourth one tends to go under the ground. That's so annoying, but it just does seem to work that way. Oh, I didn't move fast enough. The good news is, though, worst case, you lose it. Guess what? You just wait for them to go. And then you can add in another box. Or you can just go ahead and just fly up. Oh, yeah, they're mad. There we go. Got it. That's the last one I need. And then anything else I get is going to be just a bonus. There's one more for the nanites. Another one for the nanites. There we go. That's about as easy as it gets for getting larval eggs. Honestly speaking. And notice that, you know, maybe they sting your butt, maybe, but you're basically safe and you can wait them out if you want. Because the swarm always subsides. Actually, I think since we have all the stuff, we could, while we're waiting for them to subside, is just put the nutrient processor down and make prepare processed sugar. Since we have the stuff to do the sugar, basically what that is we're going to get the cactus flesh, 1, and we don't have to do all the cactus flesh. We'll do 5 because that's the smallest amount I can probably get it. And let's make that nectar. There's the cactus nectar. And now we're going to take the nectar and we're going to make that sugar. I do like on the expedition that it gives us the whole recipe. I really have enjoyed the recipes and the cooking options in the expedition myself. It's been kind of nice to find out new things and learn how to make things. Okay, so now we have to cook the ropes. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'll just take the 4 ropes here, and we're gonna create a gelatinous membrane. It sounds terrible, but it kind of makes sense. You know, like with sausage. Basically, it's like that sausage covering. There's a lot about food processing that can be a little bit... Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay. Place a gelatinous membrane and larval cores in a nutrient processor. Why, I could do that. Okay, I'm going to put this in here. We're going to do this, and I'm not going to do all the... Oh, well, I guess I don't have to. This, and we're going to make the sausage. It gave me 2, but here's the secret. You only need 1. It says, okay, so it says place a nightmare sausage and processed sugar in a nutrient thing. So there's 1. And there. And now let's make it. And then move it into our exosuit. And get out. And we have acquired the milestone. An acquired taste. And just like that, we have finished another part of this. Before I go though, I've made food. So let's take a look at it. See how much it was worth. Okay, so the syrup is worth 32,000 units. So that's a good way of making money. The gelatinous membrane, that makes a few units. The nightmare sausage costs as much as the gelatinous membrane. And then of course sugar. Sugar is 20% life support. So if you do not have your life support, you can eat the sugar and that'll help you. So that is just something of which to be aware. All right, so let's put. Yeah, we're gonna store all of this now that we have it. And go bang, bang, bang. And we can put the flesh rope in because it's food, and larval coal in because it's food, cactus flesh because it's food, and that. I'm gonna pull the flesh rope because we want to take a look at that. There we go. We'll just pull one out. Okay, and then now I'm gonna claim this because I don't want to forget my nutrient processor. It's valuable to me. And then this is worth 16,000 units. 16,016 units. Right. This needs to get some more carbon in it. Power. Take this out. And this out. And then when we bring this in and bring the rope in, let's find the rope. Rope makes 50 nanites. So, 4 of these is going to be worth 200 nanites, just like that. 8 is going to be worth 400 nanites. You can get a lot of nanites if you just go around shooting the burrows and gathering up rope. And that's Katrina's terrible math for you for today. Alright, but it's still a good math in this case. Alright, so I'm going to come over here. I'm not going to bother cracking open those walls there because I have plenty of carbon. But I am going to come over here. And the only reason I made this base was specifically so I could make those walls. I don't want to keep it. So we're just going to delete the base. If you haven't even uploaded it, it's going to say, are you sure? This is a wonderful place. No, there's worms that are too close to here. As you can see, do you see that trail there? Oh my gosh. And that is that. So the next thing we need to do is follow the plan, which in this case is we need to go back into the cleanse. And it says investigate the abandoned station. Now, you could probably go to a teleporter and do this, but honestly, I feel like it's better to fly there just in case you can't. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna fly to go to the space station. All right. Signal trace seems to say it's at the station. Look at all that developing area there that we've got. Isn't that great? There are bases that are coming in, and the more we've done this, the more bases have come in. And it's kind of fun to see. Alright, we're going to take a moment and recharge our launcher while we can. Technology recharge. See, we're doing pretty good on the pulse engines. It just no matter how you rock this one, it just takes a little longer to get there because this is a hauler. Now, if I had like a whole bunch of pulse engine modules in there, it would take less time, but it's just what it is. Alright, we're getting closer. We gotta come up and around the planet because it's behind it a little bit. And the thing to keep in mind with the space station is that broken or fixed, the space station entryway always faces towards the closest planet, the one planet it is closest to. Oh, I beg your pardon. In the space station. Now we're just sort of following the trail that it's given us. A little icon flashing at us here. Yep, it's sort of like this white, it looks like a humming sack, or I consider them more like pumpkins, depending on what you look at. Here we are. Okay, so we are at the Galactic Trade Terminal. Oh look, it has a construction history. Ah, when I hover over the history, it gives me a history. It tells me about the Utopia project. It's worth looking at, right? So, it tells you what happened, and a lot of it is, oops, is what it is. It says the last two entries are repeated over and over across hundreds of pages. We're gonna buy this because that's part of the story. And we have the money because we certainly have made it doing all that scanning. And now our milestone is complete. So within this last little bit, we completed 2 major quest items, and it's been less than a half hour, which tells you that you can get some of this done fairly quickly if you're doing it in. Not necessarily in order, but in a sensible way, I guess. But then again, think of yesterday when I made the base and then I went and fought the worms, and that took 2 hours almost. So, you know, it just depends on your skill set, I guess. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this starship and jump out just because I like to make sure that I have saved. And then we are going to go ahead and take a moment and claim our prizes because we can. So let's do this. They've given us a building part, the detoxified slime, which is very silly, but I still love it. You can put it up against a wall or on the floor. It looks terrible, but it's funny. And then we also get a horrific flesh helmet, which you won't be able to see until we can get to the Nexus or another star base where we can change our outfit a bit. And you get glowing gems. The gems are worth money, and we'll sell that at a market. In fact, let's take a moment and look at how much the gems are worth. They are worth 1,302,276 units. So yeah, that'll get you some change, and that'll bring that up, you know, quite a bit. But remember, most of this came from scanning, that 4 million there. And I've spent, I think, you know, like several million along the way. So, yeah, you're going to make money on this quest if you take time. Let's see, what else? Excellent. The cleanse. I don't think you have to sell it. I think you can sell it. I don't think it's part of the storyline except to say, look at this fun, cool thing. Alright, we have gotten a forbidden exosuit module, vial spawn ×3, and something else. Oh, Supreme Launch Thrusters. Ooh, fancy. We're gonna put those in. The vial spawn usually come from the Hungarian tendrils. It says their value is 48 units, but you know what you use these for? You use them. Ooh, it says may be extracted from embryonic sacs with the aid of visceral synthesizer, but you can use these for nanites. These will be worth a lot of nanites. They possibly might be a nutrient thing too. I don't know. I've never used them for cooking, so. You might be able to use them in the living ships. I don't know. I have to admit, I haven't tried, so. It's something to look up. Yeah, it's something to look up, yeah. Alright, and then we have an exosuit fragment, so let's take a look. Now, I already have plenty of fragments, but sometimes when they give you an expedition fragment, it's a special one, so let's take a look. So this says my fuel efficiency is 7%, solar panel is 70%. I have a fuel efficiency of 6 and solar panel, but I have a core health of 33, sprint distance of 17, fuel efficiency 16, shield and strength. This one was awesome. So we're keeping, I hate to say this, but I think what I'm going to do is we're going to store this technology for another day. We'll just be grateful we have it and store it for now. Alright, so we're coming back. Okay, let's claim this one. This will have a Supreme Mining Beam upgrade, Forbidden Multi-Tool Module, and a Hex Core times 16. Use the Hex Core on something that you build in the storyline of the game. The mining tool stuff is just always fun. Alright, but my multi-tool, if I recall, is, you know, packed full, so we're just going to leave that as yay, we got it, and maybe use it in a different mining tool. Alright, and then our final thing is the Robo Warden Companion Egg, and yes, let's get this. Alright, and officially, we are done with Phase 4. And we did that in that time that we had, so I feel like we've accomplished quite a bit just in that time. Oh, and you got... Yeah, let's take a moment. We're gonna read 5, what we got to do next, and then we'll call it good from there. All right, with 5, we got to go back to the final planet and to the outpost there, and then we'll pick up a Utopia supply drop, and then we'll open it up, and it'll give us the instructions for where we got to go, and we'll go there, and then we'll put a base down. Look at all those units. Now, we already have 7 and something million, so this is going to take us up to close 10 million almost. My bad math there, but you see what I'm saying. We're getting a lot. And we'll get a survey device planned. And then that device will be all about our ships. And so we'll look at it, and it will give us warp hypercore plans, Supreme Pulse Engine plans, yes, we'll take it, and a Supreme Hyperdrive upgrade, which will help us to go a little bit faster where we're going. And then we'll have Eyes in the Mist, which is we have to find 6 creatures on the planet that were there. And that's really not going to be too hard because we scan anyway. So we'll just scan around, see what we can find. We're going to need to survey a hotspot. That's something that we could do. And then we need to warp out of the system because why not? We're moving on to the next system. We have successfully made all the outposts. And that's part 5 of the phases, so I am looking forward to doing that. I think what I'm going to do, though, is if we don't immediately get back on tonight after my appointment, then I will probably go around and do that thing where I look for places and things that are near my base and see if there's anything cool around. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you have a good night.